Hello, welcome back to Conversations JR. Today, I would like to share with you another side of my personal story, something that happened to me a week ago that triggered a childhood memory. And so, this is the reason why I'm calling this video Childhood Scars, the Breaking Down of a Child. I know that people say that uh, we should be able to leave things that happened to us in the past, and be able to let go and move on and forgive. But sometimes there there comes a time in our life, in our adult life, where something triggers a scar or deep wound, and it takes you back to that memory. So I would like for you to bear with me for one moment, so I can take you through this story so you can understand why I'm sharing this with you. As you can see, if you've been watching my videos and if you've been looking at my live every Thursday on YouTube, you would know that I'm going through like a little transformation with my parents, because I was told to try various different hairstyles and different looks, to when I'm talking to my audience. So I agree, because I'm used to wearing braids. If you go back to look at all my old videos, I'm used to wearing braids. And so I went to my hairstylist to get my hair washed and braided so that I can continue to wear the wigs. And eventually I'm going back to the braids because it's going to get hot. And so I had my hair out and I had it in, an afro. I had it in a puff. And she has never seen me like wear it out in a puff like that. And, my face was made up and everything. And so we got to talking, and she was blowing out my hair and doing various different things. So she says to me, well, how come you don't wear your hair out and, it's just natural state often? And I thought about it, and I decided to tell her the truth. And I says, I don't like the way I look in my natural state. I think I look like a boy. And she says, no, I really think you look good now. And you should try to wear your hair out in more natural state. And if you want me, I can recommend some products. I can teach you how to like do the little twists and the little curlies and put it up in different styles. Now, her job is to get me in her shop and to make money by braiding my hair and keeping me coming back there. But here is someone who is encouraging me to embrace my natural look, and she doesn't see anything wrong with it. The reason why I gave her that answer is because when I was younger, according to the people in my family, I didn't have the best of hair. My mom hated my hair. I did not have the best of hair. So when it came down to my hair, I always had like what they call bad hair. I don't know what's a good hair, but what they told me, I had bad hair. It was always very kinky. It always shrunk. I sweat a lot in my head. So if I had a big beautiful afro, at the end of the day, it would shrink in and it would be very knotty and very kinky. And so I was always told that I was ugly, and I was always told that I looked like a boy, and that I had a big forehead along with my big nose, my little ears, and basically I was picked apart by the people and my family. Now, these are people that is supposed to, as a child, you look to protect you, to nurture you, to provide for you. They are the ones that set the stage and set the foundation for you as you go into adolescence and move into adulthood. But I didn't get that. I didn't get that. And I know that there are a lot of people, a lot of adults in today's society that have buried scars, really deep wounds. And it only takes something to trigger them and to bring them back. While I was growing up in my household, I didn't hear, you were beautiful, you were powerful, you can create, you can make, you can be just about anything that you want to be, that you desire. I heard the negative. I heard all the negative things. I was labeled by my features, my features was talked about in a very negative way. I was told that I was fast. I was smelly myself. I thought that I was grown. Now, mind you, in my adult life, I still didn't understand why people were talking to me in this manner in my childhood. I was labeled. I was told that because I was so fast and I was so grown, that I was going to have a lot of children. I was going to be one of those people who grew up and have a lot of children, which I did not. And I basically was never encouraged to build myself up. I was never put in front of a mirror and say, "You see, you are beautiful. You are a princess. You're going to grow up to be a beautiful queen. You're going to grow up to be a beautiful woman. You're going to grow up to be a beautiful mom, a beautiful wife. You're going to get your education. You're going to excel." I heard none of that. I heard everything from the opposite. As a matter of fact, when I first started going to college, I was 28 then, and I was really struggling to go to college. I got some of the negative. Oh, she's trying to act like the white people now. Oh, she thinks she's better than us because she's going out there to get an education. She's going to look down on us. So I got all of those things. I said that to say this. Sometimes as an adult, when we move into adulthood, we have a lot of scars, a lot of wounds that we bury. And what happens that we bury them and we bury them and we bury them and we bury them. And they get buried so deep down inside that we never get to address them. We never really get to, I'm turning my computer back on. We never get to address them. They never get to adjust because we figured that's how things were, and we just go on with our life. But what happens is those childhood memories, those childhood traumas, things that people said to you, things that people did to you, they spill over into our adult life, and then they spill over into our relationships. And sometimes we do not understand, people do not understand, and sometimes we do not understand why we behave or react in a certain manner. And it's because sometimes remember these childhood scars and the way we were broken down as children. I know that there are a lot of people out there walking around just like I am. And what happens is, when I say a breaking down of a child, that's what it is. A child is supposed to be built up, and they break them down. They break down their spirit. They break down their self-esteem. They break them down till they feel it to the core of their soul. A child is supposed to be groomed. A child is supposed to be nurtured, built up. A child is supposed to feel safe. They're supposed to feel secure. They're supposed to feel wanted. They're supposed to feel love. But in my case, and I know in a lot of other people's homes, this has not been the case. Look around in today's society and try to figure out, or have you ever wondered why our children have such a hard time of succeeding and have a hard time excelling in certain areas? It's because some children, and myself and some adults, we have not been exposed when we was children to positive environment, to positive language. I know when I was growing up, this is what I heard. I cannot wait till you get 18 so you can get out on your own. I cannot wait till you get 18 because I'm no longer going to be responsible for you. I cannot wait till you get out and get out on your own. I know a lot of children have heard that. I know a lot of children get put out of their homes. They get put out of their homes before they are ready to face this world. We are not, as children, we weren't equipped for the adult life. I was pushed out, and I had to grow up fast, and I had to learn some hard lessons. And it did a lot to me. It gave me tough skin, but tough skin to the point where I don't know how to let people in, and I don't know how to trust someone when they say you're beautiful, that you're a queen, and that you're an invincible, and you can do whatever you want, and that you're powerful. I didn't know any of that, and I'm still getting accustomed to all of those things that I'm doing right now. Being a blogger, being an author, being a speaker, being a teacher, I'm still growing into that. I'm saying this to you to say this. Children should not be broken down. Children should be built up. We need to uplift children by way of speaking positive things into them, whispering positive things into her. Our little girls need to know that they are beautiful, they are princesses, they are queens, that they do not have to uncover their bodies and expose themselves to be portrayed as being beautiful. That should come from the home. That should come from our mothers and our fathers and our grandparents. Young men in our home, we should teach them that yes, they are men, they are powerful, and what their position in life is. We should not be teaching them to control women, to abuse women, to keep women in their place. Do not touch a woman if she says no, forcing themselves on them. These are things that we need to be teaching our young men and our young women. We do not need to be breaking them down. We need to be building them up. We need to prepare them emotionally, mentally, to go out into society, to be able to problem solve and to stand on their own 2 feet. We need to be creating safe havens for them in the home. That's what we need to be doing. They need people to talk to. They need people to listen to them, not judge them, not to say I told you so. They don't need this, especially in this generation now. They don't need this. They really, really don't need this. We have a generation of people who are walking around broken, hopeless, depressed, angry, bitter, and full of resentment. A lot of this has come from childhood. A lot of this has come from childhood. I would like to end by saying that I'm working on a lot of things. I'm truly working on a lot of things. And that's the reason why I'm so encouraged to keep having conversations with you. Because these are a lot of topics that I know that people are not talking about. And I am beginning to talk about them. I am beginning to put myself out there to let people know that you're not alone. You're not the only one that feel this way. You're not the only one that was treated this way, but you do not have to continue on in that way. The dialogue needs to be open, the conversations need to be had, and healing needs to take place. Find a mentor. Go to your local church. Go to the Boys and Girls Club. Find a mentor. Find someone that can mentor you and open the door to start the healing process. It's never too late. It is never too late. We're not looking back in the past to point the finger of blame. We are looking forward to the future to break these cycles, and so that we can start creating a society and we can start creating young men and young women who are walking in confidence, who are walking whole and walking in the belief that they are loved and that they are secure and that their homes are safe havens and that they will be able to make it out here in today's society. So let's start creating that. I thank you for listening and having the patience to listen. Please support me by subscribing to my YouTube channel, Conversations with JR. I go live every Thursday, 8 p.m. on Facebook, and you can also check me out on SoundCloud. I thank you very much, and I hope that you're having good conversations.